Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Quinn, and for those who don't know me, I am a nurse from Syracuse, New York, and today we're going to talk about how we can double our income as nurses without going back to school. To give you a little bit more of a background about myself, I've been a nurse for a little more than 7 years. I worked in different fields of nursing, started with like med-surg, went to the ED, ICU. To say the least, I've been on a few things. But I remember when I got my first job as a nurse, I was making $21 an hour, which then seemed like a lot, especially when I compare and think back when I was a grocery clerk, making like $8 to $12 an hour. But with the $21 an hour, I was finally able to get my first home, which was super exciting. But as time went on, the $21 an hour, even though it went up slightly over time, it just didn't feel like it was enough anymore. So I did what pretty much anyone does. I worked more overtime. I even ended up getting a second job, which really just burnt me out faster than anything, and I started to become very miserable. So I asked myself, what could I do to make more money with my nursing experience? I was thinking maybe go back to school, become an NP, CRNA, CNS. All these options are good and are good for some, but for me at the time, definitely were not. I didn't want to cure any more expenses. I knew that I already had debt and I couldn't really take away any more time from work and make less money. And that's when I found out about travel nursing. I had a friend come over one day and we were discussing some of my financial struggles. He was explaining to me how him and his wife, who are both travel nurses, were traveling cross country, which I thought was super cool already. But then he told me how much money they were making, which blew my mind. So then he was saying that I really already had the requirements, which he explained the requirements were just 1 year of nursing experience in the field that you want to work in, or travel in, I should say. Then to make the most amount of money, to be willing to travel 55 miles outside your home address, and then a state license in the state that you want to work in. From there, he kind of just left me with a couple referrals to reach out to, and I contacted them, and they were pretty quick to call me back. I filled out their applications, and then I started receiving pay packages in areas that were potentially hiring. I then ended up picking a company called American Mobile Nursing as my first travel assignment, which the process did not take very long, and I was very surprised. Now, even though my agency did tell me how much I was going to be making, I was ecstatic when I got my first paycheck. I was making $1,900 a week, which compared to a couple weeks ago, I was making $700 a week as a staff nurse. So I more than doubled my income from going from a staff nurse to a travel nurse. Now, if you fast forward till now, I'm making $2,400 a week out in California, which is more than triple what I was making as a staff nurse. Now, the pay is going to be different and vary from state to state, but it's safe to assume that you will double your income as a travel nurse compared to your staff nurse position. Now, the only exception I'm really aware of is if you already are a nurse in California and you're used to higher pay, you will make more money, but I would not say maybe doubling your income, but definitely a little bit more. Well, thanks guys for watching. If you found this information to be helpful, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful tips on travel and ways to make more money.